You're you're live.
Okay. Former Lions All-Pro Glover Quinn joins yours truly, Trevor Thompson, on day one of the NFL Draft. Lions picking number 28 overall. The thought was, Glover, that they would go with a defensive player if they kept the pick. You thought they might trade it. They did keep it. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State, goes number 28 off the board. Your reaction to that pick for the Lions, sir, is what?
I mean, I think that's a safe pick, and I mean, with the Lions team, I think their roster is pretty good. I didn't think they had any real glaring needs, and I guess the sexy positions. I think they're good at quarterback, running backs are good, wide receivers are good, O-line is strong. They put a lot in the secondary. Just signed just extended Kirby, so the safeties are good. They drafted Terrion last year. I think linebackers they feel pretty solid what they have, and so they got they got Aiden coming back. I mean, I think they looked at the value at the defensive end and the defensive tackle, and they liked Tyleik better than whoever they had at that position for defensive end, and so they just went with Tyleik. But I didn't think they had anybody of a real need at that pick. And once you get in the late 20s in the first round, those could easily be second round picks, and so they probably didn't have a trade there that they wanted as well, and so Tyleik was somebody that they felt like could come in and help them in the interior. You can never go wrong with too many interior defensive linemen, especially if they're good players. And so I think it was a good, safe pick for him. I don't know if it was a game changer, but I don't know him personally as a player. So I don't know exactly the fit, but you just got to trust Brad, trust, the staff that they've been drafting really well. And I'm sure he's going to be a perfect fit for those guys and come right in and make some plays.
Yeah, they've been excellent in the draft over the last few years. And just let me ask you this. The thought was that they might be looking for an edge to help Aiden out. How can a defensive tackle at the same time help Aiden and the rest of the D-line get the job done?
I mean, when you on the interior and you can, push the pocket from the inside, you can command double teams from the inside, then you can free guys up on the outside, because those O linemen, they're going to protect the inside first. The quickest way to get to the quarterback is right up the middle. So they're going to make sure that they get the interior blocked. Aiden has a long way to go. Now he's running fast, so he can get there pretty quickly. But it'd be a whole lot faster if he was coming right up the A gap as well. So if Tyleik can be a force in the middle, on passing downs as well, as opposed to just running downs, if he can be a good pass rusher and force double teams on the inside or force them to have to account for him, then that's going to open up things for Aiden on the outside as well, because that O-line is going to have to pinch in to make sure that he's not disrupting the pocket. You see what Aaron Donald was able to do so many years, lining up right over the center and going straight up the field to get to the quarterback. So they're going to make sure they stop that from happening, and that could open up things for Aiden on the outside for sure.
So day two on Friday, the Lions will have two picks, number 60 in the second round, number 102, a compensatory pick in the third round. Is your thought that they're going to stick with more defense? Is it going to depend on who's available at that point, or just based on the philosophy, the way this team is built right now? You mentioned Kirby Joseph being re-signed, extended. We'll get to that in a second. But what's your thought based on what they've done leading up to the draft and who's already in place?
Like I said, I think with this team, I think they're just looking at value. I don't think they're trying to add anybody major. I think they're just looking for guys. They're looking for depth. They dealt with a lot of injuries throughout the course of the year last year when Alex Anzalone went down. That kind of hurt at the linebacker position. So I wouldn't be surprised if they add somebody at the linebacker position. Obviously the D-line with Aiden going down, and they didn't bring back Zadarius Smith, and so I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to get some depth there. But I don't think they're stressing for anybody. So I would assume they're gonna see who's on the board, see if any of those guys that are there meet the value that they have at that pick, and if they do, they'll take that guy. But I don't think there's any glaring needs that I feel like they need to fix and go after in the second round of the draft. So I think it's more just building some depth and getting guys to come in and contribute.
You mentioned Kirby Joseph. Let's talk about that for a second. Dude just signed for 4 years, $86 million, the highest ever paid in the NFL for a safety. You talked about it the other day a bit about the business side of things. You got to look out for yourself. Get all the money you can while you can get it. It's a short lifespan in the league. This cat just got paid, man. What are your thoughts on that and what he did to earn that and the value that he brings to this team? Because obviously with a paycheck like that, they value that guy.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get money like that, that's not just production on the field. That's leadership. That's culture inside the locker room and amongst the guys. And so, congrats to him, man, coming out having a big year. And it's about timing. You know what I'm saying? Having that big of a year, you know, after your during your third year when it's time. You know, the time to show that you can be that guy. He came out and showed it. He was incredible all year. He tackled well. And that's one of the biggest things. Going to get the ball is one thing, but also being able to tackle and prevent touchdowns is another thing. And so being able to do both allows you to get big money like that. And he went out and got it. Congrats to him for getting it. Congrats to the Lions for getting it done. Showing guys that you value them and you're willing to put it out there to show them that you appreciate them and you want them there. That builds culture to other guys around the league to see, hey man, they take care of their players here in Detroit. You come out and you do things the right way and you produce on and off the field, they'll take care of you. And so that just makes Detroit a better looking destination for those incoming free agents and it just, you know, gives those younger guys who are fighting for contracts. You got Brian Branch is going into his third year. So he's going to be looking at the same thing. And so it's just a great thing. I think that they did for Kirby. And, you know, that speaks a lot to him on the field and off the field.
To your point, they do take care of their guys. Penei Sewell got paid. Amon-Ra St. Brown got paid. Jeff Goff got paid. Now Kirby Joseph gets paid. When these guys get checks like that, what's Aiden going to get? What are you going to pay Aiden Hutchinson? What kind of numbers are going to be behind that guy's name?
You know, Aiden, you know, I hate to say it, but Aiden could have to I mean, I don't know how the money's going to shake up and how things are going to play out, when deals are going to be up, because obviously, you know, it's a lot of guys. When you got good teams, it means you got a lot of good players. And so you look at some of those O-linemen, they're going to be coming back up. I mean, heck, Jahmyr Gibbs going to be coming up in a little bit. I know he was a first rounder, so he got that fifth year option, and Aiden has it as well. So that fifth year option plus a franchise tag here or there, it could be a little bit. They can string those guys out, but I mean, by the time Aiden gets up, he's probably getting, I mean, you got to think he's getting 25, 30 a year, 30 easy.
It's going to be a big number.
You know, 30 easy. So you throw 5 years at 30, I mean, that's 150.
But as you say, they pay their guys, they take care of their guys. People around the league see that. You build that culture that way. How important is that to take care of your guys like that, not let guys go, not let the depth disappear, but to keep that core especially intact as you build?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, even for Tyleik, you know what I'm saying, for him to come in and see that, hey, I go out and produce and take care of my business, they're going to take care of me. Obviously, they like me, that they drafted me first round. And so if I go out and be a great person in the locker room, great young player, and I produce on the field and I grow into what they expect me to grow into, they're going to take care of me. So I think it just sets a tone. It sets a culture for how you do business, how you do things in Detroit. And like I said, it just makes you a sexy, you know, destination for incoming free agents. You know, when guys are on the market, when you're winning on the field, guys feel like they can come there and win, and they can come there and get paid as well. It makes you real attractive.
What else stood out to you about that first round? Anything else catch your attention?
You know, I can't say anything really caught my attention, you know, but I haven't been keeping up with it as closely. I mean, you know, unless you're just really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I probably knew like 4 or 5 of the names for like the top guys. Like they started calling some of those O linemen, D linemen. I'm like, I don't know these guys, man. I don't know these guys, man. But it's exciting times for these young players, man. And you always think back to your time and when you were there and what you were thinking and what you were going through. Obviously, I mean, that was 15 plus years for me. But it's an exciting time, man. And I would say the biggest thing that I thought to me that I enjoyed watching Travis Hunter get drafted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed watching the celebration, how happy he was. I enjoyed that because at the end of the day, man, you work so hard, so long to get to this point. And you still young kids, man. You guys 22, 23, 21 years old, man. Like, this is fun. This is entertainment. Obviously, it's skill, high level. But I just enjoy watching him just celebrate and dance and be really happy that he got drafted and not be pouty faced or sad or whatever because he didn't go number 1 overall. So that right there probably was the highlight of the night for me.
I was golfing today, and a couple of the guys I was golfing with were making a bet with each other on what side of the ball he would get the most snaps on next year, the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. This guy can do it all. Where do you see him getting the most snaps next year? Which side of the ball?
I mean, I think he went to the organization that's going to let him do both, honestly. I think Jacksonville will let him be who he is. He's back at home. He's going to be comfortable. And I think you get more playing time where you feel needed the most, where they feel needed the most. If they feel that they're slacking at the wide receiver position and they're pretty decent at the defensive back, I think he'll get a little more burn at the wide receiver spot. But if they feel like they got good depth at the wide receiver spot, but they're a little light at the defensive back, he may be more defensive back and get punched into the offense when needed. So I think they'll do a good job of figuring it out. But I do feel like he went to the organization that will let him do both and see how it turn out for him.
A lot of exciting players taken, a lot of exciting things happening. 3 trades on day 1 of the NFL draft. Day 2, the Lions have 2 picks, number 60, number 102, and then they've got 3 more on the final day of the draft coming up on Saturday. So Glover Quinn and I will be here to cover all that for you as the NFL draft shakes out at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. That's it for now. We'll catch you on the flip side when the Lions are finished with their draft here in 2025.